back to my channel. If you're new here, hey, I'm Ellen. I recently, well, about 2 months ago, finished a backpacking trip around Southeast Asia. So now I'm just filming all my kind of content about that trip and all my kind of tips and tricks for if you're planning a backpacking trip too. So I know in the current situation of the world, not much travelling is happening. Sorry, I'm looking down here because I wrote a list for this video yesterday. I'm just trying to get it up. Cool. So I know in the current climate of the world, not a lot of travelling is happening, but I asked on my Instagram, which if you don't follow, it's the same as my YouTube, it's Ellen's in Wonderland. Go follow me on Instagram, because I put those kind of polls on over there, and then there's lots of like extra content as well. I basically asked on there like what you guys wanted to see video wise, and so many of you came back and asked for travel content, so like what I missed packing, my top tips for planning a trip, my like how to book your hotels and hostels and stuff. So I've got a whole bunch of content I want to film for you guys that I'm just gonna get around to doing, and it is all travel related, which I don't want to seem like off, like I don't know what's going on in the world, because I'm aware, but this content will live on after that, and we won't stop traveling. This won't be the end of travel forever. People will get their backpacking trips back on the road again as soon as this is all over, as will I. So yeah, I'm very excited to be making this video and show you guys kind of what I wish I'd taken with me, what I wish I'd had with me, and I'm going to mention at the end of the video some things that I'm glad I took as well. So if that's something you're interested in, then stick around and carry on watching the video and subscribe if you're new here, because that means a lot to the channel, and I'm going to be putting out a lot more content like this. And if you found your way here, I assume that you are planning a backpacking trip or interested in the backpacking travel world, and that you will be interested in this video and my other content. So yeah, why not hit that subscribe button? It means the world to me. So I'm going to get into talking about what I wish I'd packed. I'm going to leave the blog post that goes with this down below, because that will have all the links. I'm going to leave links to things I wish I'd taken with me down in that post, if I can find the links to like the right things and stuff. So I'm going to leave that all in that post. Disclaimer, and it will say in the post that some of those will be affiliate links. I think I have to disclaim that, so yeah. So that basically doesn't affect your shopping experience, but does mean that if you purchase from them, I get a small amount of commission. So yeah, help a sister out. So I'm gonna, it's no particular order really on this list, but I'm gonna go through and talk through it anyway. I'm gonna start with our kind of like toiletry and medical bags and some things I wish we'd had in that. So I ended up buying some skincare stuff out there. I didn't really take a good range of skincare with me. I kind of assumed that I'd be going into the sun, I'd get a tan, I'd get like seawater, my skin would clear up, I'd be glowing, which most of the time we were, but then like I think the stress of like, I stress that stress is medium, very little stress, of like the amount we were traveling, the kind of like lack of sleep, the sleeping somewhere new all the time, did break me out as well, I think. Maybe eating different foods as well. So I would recommend taking a good skincare routine with you, like especially if you're going for the amount of time we went for. You can just convert it into little bottles if you want to, or just take your skincare routine, because you will want it, and I ended up buying skincare out there. So just take your skincare routine with you. Don't think you won't need it, because you will. Another thing I think we did miss from our emergency, what do you call it, like first aid kit pack, was anti-sickness tablets. So you are taking a lot of like buses that are like windy roads and trains and planes, and a lot of people had like sickness tablets, and I think that's a really good idea. So that is something I will pack on my next backpacking trip for sure, along with probably sleeping tablets as well. But I'm gonna sneeze. I know those aren't for everyone, so I'm not gonna dwell on that too much, but that is something I would probably take as well, because there are situations where you can't sleep, or you've got to be up really early in the morning, and I'm very prone to, if I need to be up really early, I worry about waking up. So because I'm worrying about waking up, I don't sleep. It's ridiculous, but it happens, so I would recommend sleeping tablets. Another thing that I did not bring enough of was tampons. This is obviously only girl specific, but or female specific. But I did, yeah, I didn't take enough tampons. We didn't bring enough tampons with us. We kind of didn't realise how difficult it would be to get them out there. I would either take a shit ton of tampons, because obviously that's all you want to wear when you're out there, because you're like in and out the sea all the time, and it's what you want, it's most comfortable for me anyway, personally. Or learn how to use one of like the menstrual cups. I'm going for my next trip, and I'm starting to at the moment, I'm probably going to go for trying to use one of the menstrual cups. They're way better for the environment anyway, because of all the plastic waste from tampons and pads, and they are just so much more convenient. You just take your stuff to clean them, just give them a little clean, you're sorted for the whole time you're on your period. And tampons, yeah, like I said, are hard to find out there. So a bit of a random one in terms of like electronics that I didn't take with me. I would highly recommend taking an extension lead. I heard this, a lot of people told me to take this before I went, and I was like, what the hell am I going to need an extension lead for? You want it when you're out there, especially, maybe less if you're somebody who just is traveling literally with a phone, but obviously I'm traveling with like a lot of electronicals. Is that a word? Electronics. I'm obviously traveling my laptop, my cameras, because I'm making content, and like I need those charged all the time. So when you've only got your one outlet on your little hostel bed, you have to be selective about what you charge. And I was really lucky that Emily had an adapter that had all the USB ports on it. So I would either recommend an extension lead or an adapter which has all the USB ports on it, because that meant I could have my laptop plugged into it, be charging my GoPro and my phone off the USB ports all at the same time, which was great. So I'd either recommend an adapter or an extension lead, so you can charge all your electronics at once, because you want them charged all the time, especially if you're a content creator as well, because we want everything charged all the time so we can keep making content for you guys and ourselves, obviously, because that's what we love doing. So they're two things I would 100% recommend bringing with you. Then in terms of like going along the electronics route, I would recommend a really good case for your phone. We had 2 screen breakage incidents in our 3.5 months away, so and then obviously that is a expense out of your backpacking budget that you don't want to have to spend, either getting your phone fixed if it doesn't work, or just getting a case for it, like a thing for it doesn't get any worse. It's an expense you don't want to have to spare, so get a really good case for if you drop it. And you are doing so many things all the time where you could trip, your phone could trip, you've got your phone out taking pictures all the time. Like, get a good case for it, because you won't regret it. We've both got like these Gear 4 cases on our phones now, because after the trip we realized how much you need a good case on your phone, especially if you're backpacking and you don't want to, like, it's fine if you break it at home. It's still annoying, but it's much more annoying when you break it when you're out backpacking, because you're not necessarily going to be somewhere where you can find someone to fix it, and if you can, they're going to overcharge you because they know they can, or they're going to do a shit job, as we learnt. Now I wanted to talk a little bit about clothes, because I'm sure people are curious about whether I think I packed right, clothes and shoes wise. So I don't think I actually said at the beginning of the video, but I do have a whole pack with me video that I will leave linked down below, that was like everything I took with me, so you can see what I did actually take. This is kind of just an add-on on top of that. I took way too many clothes, and the wrong clothes, so I ended up wearing the same 3-4 outfits the whole time I was away, and some of those were ones I'd bought out there. So looking back, I would take so much less. I'd probably take 2 pairs of shorts, 5 t-shirts and a dress. That's all I would take, and maybe that's still too much, because you're gonna buy stuff out there. The clothes are cheap and they're cool, and you want to look like a backpacker because it's fun. So there are loads of like shops you can buy out there, they're cheap, and the clothes are like really fun to wear, super comfortable, like light, and yeah, you're gonna shop out there basically. So minimalize what you take. And then on top of what I just said, I would also take warmer clothes, because there were places where I didn't actually realise how cold it was going to be. For example, in northern Thailand, in Pai, it was really cold. In northern Vietnam, in in Hanoi, it was really cold. So I ended up buying a coat when I got up there. But I would take a big woolly warm jumper, or like a North Face kind of Borg thing, or and a couple of pairs of leggings as well. I did actually end up buying a pair of jeans. I think looking back I would have taken maybe 2 pairs of leggings and a pair of jeans with me as well, because you do get wear out of them and you want to wear them like when you're flying and like travel days. You just want to throw on a pair of leggings and a t-shirt. You don't want to have to be wearing shorts. And yeah, I would have packed very differently looking back. If that could be a whole separate video in what I would have packed like now, so if that's something you want to see, then do let me know, because I would enjoy making that, and I can do some like outfits and how I would like put together like my backpacking wardrobe if I were to do this trip all over again. Basically, I think that would be quite a fun video. In terms of like, so in terms of shoes, I packed too many and wrong as well. You want slide on shoes, so you want like I hate flip-flops, but you want slide on shoes, because you are taking your shoes on and off so much. That is all you need sandals wise, a couple of pairs of slide on shoes, especially in countries like no, actually both Thailand and Vietnam, where you took your shoes off when you went into a hostel, you took your shoes off when you went into like a shop, that you take your shoes off so much. It's like a respect thing, so you want shoes that are easy to take on and off. So sliders are great. I ended up buying 2 pairs of sliders while I was away. They're great. And then you obviously want your comfy walking shoes / trainers. I've seen people have got like walking sandals as well. Like a walking trainer is what you want as well for like those days where you're traipsing around cities or you are actually on a hike as well. So that is like all you need basically shoe wise. I took way too many. I took like a nice pair of sandals and stuff as well. I didn't really wear them. Another big thing I will take on my next packing trip is a filter water bottle. I actually don't know too much about these, but I'm going to leave a couple videos and other blog posts I found about them down below. But I know there's one called, I think it's called Life Straw. But basically they mean you can drink the tap water or water anywhere whilst you're traveling, which is such a good thing to have, because you are buying so many water bottles, you are using so much plastic. Like everywhere I went that we both had like refillable water bottles, but everywhere we went where we could, we refilled them, but you can't refill them everywhere. Not everywhere has the resources for you to refill them, or if they do, it's more expensive than buying water. So get one of these, like I'm definitely going to get one of these like travel water bottles where you can just refill literally from the tap and drink the water. I don't actually like the bottled water over there anyway, so even if the tap water tastes weird, I probably will dislike it just as much as I like the normal bottled water. And it was good because like if you're thirsty in the middle of the night and you finished your bottled water, you can't just go to the tap and refill it, whereas if you have your Life bottle you can. And I feel like that would have meant I would be a much more hydrated bitch during my trip if I'd had one of those bottles. So I would definitely recommend one of those, and it will definitely be something I'm investing in. They are quite expensive, but I feel like you're gonna save that money on the amount of water bottles you're gonna buy anyway, so it's totally fine. So that's kind of the big things I've forgotten to pack, and now I'm going to go on to the things I'm glad I did pack. So I am so happy that we took my big portable charger. So I had a big like portable charger that had like so many chargers in it, and we both used that like crazy. Both of us were charging off it. I would charge my GoPro off it. Like I used it so much. So I would definitely recommend getting a really good portable charger, because you will use it like crazy. And talking about charging my GoPro, I am so happy I took my GoPro. That got us so much use. I've got so much footage of like the turtles in the Philippines, the dolphins in Bali, like so much footage of like these amazing experiences that I wouldn't have had if I didn't have the GoPro. Like people do obviously take them on their phones and they just like put their phones in those little bags and stuff, but it was like the underwater pictures of the dolphins, like the underwater pictures of that turtle. Like I am so happy I had a GoPro. And also if I didn't want to, like, if we were going on a like a boat trip, which we did a lot of boat trips, we love a boat trip, I don't want to take my proper camera either, so having my GoPro was great to have. I would have, looking back, got a floaty handheld thing for it, so that is another thing I wish I'd had, like a floaty handheld thing for the GoPro, because I had my big kind of selfie stick for it, but it didn't float and it wasn't actually meant to go in the water, so it could get a bit rusty. But I would have got like a waterproof floaty bright holder for the GoPro if looking back on it, but it was fine without, but that is something I will get for my next trip 100%. So also it was great to have padlocks. We actually took quite a few padlocks because I did have one breakage and one lost along the way. So take a few padlocks, they're easy to carry, they're easy to fit in your bag. I had a little pouch on the front of my bag where I just popped them in, and you need them for so many hostels. A lot of hostels will give you your padlock, or they'll just, sorry, give you a key for the lockers, but take a padlock anyway, or a couple of padlocks anyway, because you probably will need them. Another thing that we found amazing was packing cubes. I don't know how anybody backpacks without packing cubes. Like, who are you? Where are you? What the fuck does your backpack look like? That's what I want to know. So yeah, packing cubes are great. They were so useful for like knowing where everything was. We had I think we both did the same. I had one for like my clothes, one for oh, the camera's dying, one for swimwear, one for underwear, and it was perfect. And along with that, I think Emily's set came with a pack for your laundry as well, but I just had a tote bag, and ended up being the Gilly Tea Dive tote bag for my laundry. But it was great to have a tote bag to just put all your laundry into, and a place in your bag. I just like shoved mine at the top, so whenever we got to a new hostel and I had a bag of laundry, I could just whip it out, and be the first thing I did was just put my laundry in, so that I knew exactly where it was and it was separate from all my other clothes. That was a really great thing to have somewhere separate, like a separate bag or a separate packing cube or something to keep your laundry in, separate from all your other clothes, and it's much easier to do it basically. So yeah, that is probably everything I wanted to talk about in this video, guys. Not just because my camera's dying, but in general I think I got through everything, and we're 20 minutes into this video, so I feel like that's okay. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Please do remember to hit that subscribe button. I am just doing YouTube at the moment with everything that's going on in the world, so I have a lot of time to film, so if you have any video requests, please let me know. I am not going to have a schedule at the moment either, so this video could be going up whenever, so do follow me on Instagram and Twitter. My handle is just the same as my YouTube to find out when I upload videos, and yeah, I will see you in my next one. Hope you're staying safe and staying home and staying well. Bye, guys.